Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 17th, ending Friday the 21st of September 2018. This is triple expiration week, which means all of the options and futures and commodities, everything's expiring on Friday. We have already rolled the futures contracts to the Z18 contract at this time. So we're trading that contract. But when expiration occurs, here's what typically happens. You'll usually get a decent move when the unraveling occurs, which is usually either Wednesday or Thursday of this week, more prevalent on a triple expiration, and then Friday expiration itself is usually a bust. Obviously, we have a hurricane going on back east, so that is a consideration. We don't know yet all the ramifications of what that is. It's still raining very heavily and more back there, so we're just focused on Monday. Might be a little slow. If it is because of the hurricane, it is what it is. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, and we're still hanging near the highs on the ES. So September, which is usually a negative month, has actually ended up being one of the most boring months of the year, and that's unfortunate. Let's go through the major indices on the daily chart, then we'll look at the intra-week action, then we'll talk about the economic data coming out in the week ahead. Crude oil up 39 cents to 68.98. Gold down $9.90. We've got the S&P cash index up a point. That was it on Friday. Very boring. NASDAQ 100 down 16.19. The SOX is up 15.11. So again, it wasn't a very eventful. We knew that would happen on Friday because of the contract roll, but also because of what's going on back in North Carolina, or in North and South Carolina. Biotech's down 21 points. The VIX loses 30 cents to 12.07. The trend closes at 0.9. NASDAQ volume is 2 billion shares, which is pretty decent, of course, but it's about average for what we've seen. Actually, it's a little light compared to what we've seen lately. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ is plus 252, meaning more stocks up than down. On the New York, plus 64. Google loses $4.16. Apple loses $2.57. Netflix down $3.59. Amazon down $19.68. Tesla gains $5.74, so that was the only one of the big ones that was up. But again, overall, the indices didn't move a lot. Goldman Sachs up 91 cents. Facebook up 96 cents. All right, let's look at the intra-week action. So we'll look at the 10-minute candles on the ES, and here's what you get. So it was, Monday gapped up, didn't quite fill the gap. Tuesday gapped down to fill the gap, then rallied to fill that gap. Closed about even. Wednesday opened flat, closed flat. Thursday gapped up, flat. Friday flat. That's what happens when there's a storm back east. All right, so there's not a lot to say. Technically, the markets are just hanging. They've been very uneventful for a while here. Here's a look at the data coming out this week. We've got the Empire State Manufacturing Index an hour before the bell on Monday. NAHB Housing Market Index at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Tick long-term purchases at 4. We've got housing starts and building permits and current account Wednesday at 8:30, an hour before the bell, along with crude oil inventories an hour into the market. We've got Philly Fed Manufacturing Index and the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims an hour before the bell on Thursday. CB Leading Index, existing home sales at 10 a.m. on Thursday. Natty Gas, and then on Friday, the Flash Services and Manufacturing PMI 15 minutes into the market. And that's it. And of course, it's, again, triple expiration. That's the thing to focus on. Do we get an unraveling move? What's the impact of the hurricane? And Friday should be dead for triple expiration. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading